We interrupt your program today to bring to you the absolute Wonder Woman, a goddess, a witch, a warrior. This will be the first of many books I will be covering from the Absolute Universe. So if you want to join the fun, hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I drop a video every day. Now, let us begin, because this tale begins in Gateway City, a very beautiful city that was currently under attack. You see, a reporter is hidden. His cameraman, believing he was a coward, he reminded him, "You have a job to do. Now record what I am actually afraid of." And we see in the sky was an upside down pyramid. This thing was massive in size. And not just that, it spat out demons. And yes, I mean actual demons. They were here to sow chaos, nothing more, nothing less. With no one to stop their rampage, the humans accepted defeat. They accepted death. That is until they saw her, a warrior, on a flying skeleton horse. This warrior sought to bring peace through violence. With her bag by her side, she put her whole fist in it, and the bag seemed bottomless as she pulled out a goddamn Buster sword. The people of Earth watched as she did damage. She was lethal with that blade, and when she landed, you could tell she was the shit. This was a warrior. This was our girl Diana. But this is not the Diana we know. I mean, she has love, she has compassion, but she is also a witch. Because as she spoke the words of magic, she decimated their forces and she smiled after. You see, this was her strength. But to understand more about her strength, we have to talk about her origins. Because as usual, her origins start on an island. But this island was not Themyscira. This island was a prison in hell. This island was a prison built to hold Circe, the witch. Every day on this island was the same. A miserable existence. Circe did the same thing, tilling the ground to find something to eat, until one day she saw the sun. There wasn't supposed to be any sun down here. When she turned around, she realized it really was the sun himself. It was Apollo, the god of the sun. He demanded she knelt in his presence, but she said nah. And he realized there was no point arguing with her because he brought her something, a new prisoner for her to guide. She removed the covers and saw it was a child. Why the hell would you bring a baby to hell? He reveals this is her punishment for being an Amazon. Her people had double-crossed Zeus, and as punishment, her people will face penance. And when they are done, they will face punishment in hell. She's just the first. To top it all off, he also banned the word Amazon. Even Circe couldn't speak it. And when he confirmed this, he left, leaving Circe to watch over this child. But Circe was not a mother. She was a witch. She let the child fall. Matter of fact, she was about to let the child die. She wanted to see what would happen because she knew this was the fate the god gave this child. They didn't expect her to survive. But to Circe's surprise, this child wanted to survive. With his own hand, he grabbed this crimson snake and tossed him like a missile. She smiled because that was unexpected. The days that followed saw Circe watching over her. I mean, she wasn't no mother still. She didn't chase away none of the creatures. She allowed Diana experience them. They would attack, she would stop them. And for some reason, instead of her to kill these monsters, she showed them compassion. And they loved her for it. For some reason, Circe knew this was the wrong move. They would always come back. This is how it was. The child needed no one to raise her. She could walk on her own. Circe just watched. I mean, she bathed the child once in a while, but anytime she went and came back, she would see her surrounded by creatures every time. She laid her to rest, and the cycle would continue. As she got older, she proceeds to ask questions, and Circe tried to answer, also teaching her the basis of magic. And she put her to rest again, watching over her every night. But one day, she said something weird. She remembers a word she was never supposed to remember, and she was curious about it, but Circe knew this wasn't the time. The monsters were becoming bigger, more fierce, and Diana was becoming stronger. Circe also increased her intensity for the teachings of magic. Diana noticed the monsters are becoming rampant. They're becoming bigger, more fierce. Why? Circe had no response, because she knew the time was fast approaching. She knew her beloved child was not going to be here for long, and she was right. because we continue our story with Diana on the surface. My God, she was mighty. She commanded the forces of man to retreat, to run away, but they didn't listen. And honestly, it was already too late because a creature was coming from the upside down pyramid. A creature she had to face alone. Looking at this creature, she demanded the creature left. This place was protected, but it simply said, no. Unleashing a shockwave so fierce, Diana had to actually stand her ground, using her Buster Sword created by Hephaestus himself to protect herself. Calling to her Pegasus, he unleashed hellfire on this creature, and the creature sought to respond, forgetting about Diana. She, on the other hand, didn't forget about him. She tried to bring him down, but he unleashed lasers on her, screaming to the sky for the fledglings to arise and sow chaos, for that is their duty. Now, you would think they would attack Diana, but nah, they went to sow chaos as they were told, leaving the big guy to face off against the warrior. Diana was quick. She dodged all of his attack. Matter of fact, she even embraced one and sought to blast it back into his face, but he took that as disrespect. Using all of his power, he blasted her one last time and sent her flying. That blast clearly made to kill any normal man. Diana was out for the count. She was so out, in fact, she remembered the last conversation she had with her mother. She asked her about that word again, a word she was never meant to know, but still knew. Her mother this time didn't stop her because she knew this was the time. Diana, say the word. Diana was afraid. She didn't want to because she knew what was going to follow. But Cersei knew this was the right time. Diana, speak the word. And so she did. Amazon. As the word was said, it felt like she was breathing life into herself in the past, just like in the present. Cersei tried to say it, but again, it was censored. Diana, still quick on the uptake, noticed, why can't you say the word? And Cersei revealed, Apollo banned me from saying it. This confused her even more. What? Cersei proceeds to tell her everything she knows about the Amazons. They had a sacred duty to protect the worlds of man. And for some reason, the Amazons were all gone. And now that they're gone, there is no one to stop the monsters from wreaking havoc on Earth. The world of man is about to end. They are going to need a protector. So say it. In your time of weakness, call out your name. Call out what you are. You are an Amazon. And she said it. I am an Amazon. You could see her eyes turn from blue to blood red. The monster saw her rise and he said, stay down. I beat you before. Let us sow dissent. Let us clear a path. This is our duty. But Diana said, no, this is mine. For I am Diana of Themyscira, and I declare this world has a protector. Now, fuck off or die. Your choice.